Hi mathematicians. In this video I'm going to remind you how to do some various statistical measures we've been doing in class. And don't forget that a lot of these can be done with the graphing calculator using the statistical function. In fact, the two that I'm getting ready to do here on this side of the graphic organizer, both of these can be done with the graphing calculator. So remember that I've also provided you videos to show you how to do that. This is just how you would find these measures if you didn't have access to those stats. So remember that the mean is another way of finding the average. It's one of the measures of center that we use, and it's a two-step process in order to calculate the mean. So step one, you calculate the sum of all of the data values. So the data values I have down here came from this dot plot up here. So you can see, for example, that I've got 1 6 followed by 2 7s, and so on and so on. So the first step to completing the mean is to calculate the sum. And the sum is the fancy word for adding. So step one is just adding all these data values together and calculating that sum. And if I added them all correctly, I should have gotten 190 for the sum. So step one, I added all the data values together. Step two is that you count how many data points you have. So if I count the number of dots, data pieces that I have up here, you'll see that I have 20 dots, which means I have 20 pieces of data. So the number of data points is 20. So we add them all together, and then finally we divide. And in big kid math, now that we're in algebra, even though, yes, technically is this symbol correct, the little baby division symbol, yes, but in big kid math now, we tend to use the division bar, just so you know. So then we need to divide that sum that we got in step one. Oops. So in this case, we're going to take 20, and we're going to divide, just joking. We're going to divide 190, because that's what I got for the sum. And we're going to divide it by 20, because there are 20 pieces of data. And so our mean, in this case, is 9.5. For this next number calculation, we are trying to find the median. And you probably remember that the median is the middle value. So I took all of my pieces of data and I lined them up from least to greatest. And the number in the middle, if I divide my data in half, it's going to be right here. That's the halfway point. And what number is halfway in between 9 and 10? That is 9.5. So the two I've just calculated are our measures of center. They describe data values that fall kind of within the middle of the set of data. The other types of measures we've learned about are called variability. And remember that how variable something is means how spread out something is. And we have learned about two different kinds of variability. The first is the range. And the range is the maximum minus the minimum. So if I use this box plot as my example, my maximum is right here above where this dot is. So that's 120. And then my minimum, first of all, this is not my minimum because that's just part of the number line. We need to actually look where the box plot is, and we can see that the minimum in this case is 70. So the maximum minus the minimum is 50, which is how we calculate the range. Our next measure of spread is the interquartile range. And you're still going to subtract when you do the interquartile range, just like you did with the range. But because this is the quartile range, this time we are going to subtract the quartiles. So the upper quartile of the box plot is the right side of the box, which is 100. And then the lower quartile is 85. So 100 minus 85 is 15, which is the interquartile range. Our last measurement that we have on this handout is the mode, and the mode is the number that occurs most often. So don't confuse it for the maximum, because it's not the maximum. It's the number that turns up the most frequently in the data set. So in this case, our mode would be 11, because 11 is the number that turns up more than all the other numbers. In our next example, we actually have two modes because 15 and 16 occur more often than everything else. And then in our last example, these are all the same. Yes, they repeat, but they all repeat by the same amount. So in this case, since they're all the same, there is no mode because you don't have a number that turns up more than any others. So just a reminder that the mean and the median, the graphing calculator will do for you. The range, interquartile range, and mode, you do need to know how to do these without the calculator. However, remember that the calculator does tell you how to find the quartiles and the minimum and the maximum. So all you have to do is remember to subtract them.